Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're gonna revisit Snowflake and Safespace.
Must we?
The most ill-conceived idea I think Marvel Comics has ever come up
I think
with.
you could argue that's one of the most ill-conceived ideas ever in the history of comics.
Literally nobody likes this. In fact, the people that Marvel was hoping to represent thought it was offensive.
Right? Well, you imagine that. Calling characters Snowflake and Safespace.
Unironically.
Is offensive to people.
It's offensive to people. So we're
This is something you'd think that the people they accuse of being the baiters would do.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm like, what, is this comic alt-right?
That's what I'm like. Is this like, well, that's what they always accuse people of doing, and I'm like, they don't even go there.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about this, and the word that the comic could potentially be canceled or postponed indefinitely, courtesy of Nerdrotic, who had his Comixology subscription, I guess, to the comic suddenly canceled.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and now Rich Johnston over at Bleeding Cool is talking about how these books may or may not show up. The trade paperbacks may or may not show up. We don't know where it is. So we're going to talk about...
Hopefully in a landfill.
Landfill. They might not even waste the money to print them at this point. So,
They haven't printed them yet?
No.
Wouldn't they have been printed by now?
No, because they pushed everything back.
Oh, that's right.
So anyway,
don't kill trees for this. Trees don't deserve to die for this shit.
Trees don't deserve to die for Snowflake and Safespace and Hordak White.
Hordak White, Hot Topic, Hordak, and Internet Gas, and I don't know. I don't got nothing. Magic Backpack.
240,000 downvotes on the trailer to 4,000. Like, literally, nobody wants this. I don't know who the hell they were listening to on this.
I thought it was. I thought for sure they were trying to they were doing this to troll the fans, and then I found out it was official, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, because the writer worked for Colbert. So people are like, is this a comedy? But no, he's legit thinking this is a good idea. People went out and found he did some children's books that were very, very quote unquote woke. No, I think he actually
Did they actually sell those books?
I don't know if they sold.
They probably sold now. After this came out, people probably went and bought them just to have them for collector items.
Well, apparently a comic shop went out and bought 500 copies of this shit. So I don't know if they're going to get them or not. They might have to get their money back. So anyway, here's what happened. As I understand it, Gary over at Nerdrotic got a notification that his Comixology order, I believe, had been canceled. And if you go out to Comixology, the listing is completely gone for New Warriors. It's not here. There's no pre-order page for it or anything.
Did that guy who bought 500 order from Diamond?
Yeah.
I hope he gets his money back.
I hope he gets his money back. I don't know if anybody's getting. We're going to talk about Diamond a little bit too, and why this might be the case. So backtrack a little bit. Marvel ordered pencils down about a month and a half, 2 months ago on a lot of their books because they're trying to save money because of the shutdown. Comic shops were shut. Diamond cut and run. And we're going to talk about the catastrophic effect that Diamond just shutting down for a couple of months had on the comic book industry.
I called that when we first got married. Before we got married, I said this is dumb to have one place distribute everything because what if something happens? I said this for what? How many years ago was that?
Yeah.
Well, we better not say. But it's a long years, long amount of years.
Yeah, so that happened. So we had a lot of freelancers out of work. We had other comic book publishers pushing back publication dates on comics, trying to save money. And of course, Marvel is owned by Disney, and Disney is hemorrhaging cash because the theme parks are closed, the movies aren't in the theaters, they're losing money daily. So yeah.
Hey, the NBA's coming, so there's that.
But the NBA's coming.
But they're not allowed to go to the parks. That's a whole other story.
That sucks.
Yeah, the NBA's going to be there, but they're not. The players that are for their safety, probably because some people mobbing them, aren't allowed to go to the parks.
So you're going to take your kids, you're going to take your family to Disney World, be like, yeah, sorry guys, we can't ride in.
They probably have after hours or special events they can go to because that would be really douchey otherwise. But yeah, they're coming to Disney, but they're not allowed to go to the parks. Well, what happened? They'd be there, everybody would mob them, people would get sick. So they're trying to avoid that.
We know that's happened before. We had a tour guide at Disney one time, and he told us that there was an NFL player. I can't remember who it was, but I mean, you couldn't miss the guy in the crowd, and they actually had to take him out the side door to go into stuff. So they'd like take him out the one side door, walk down Main Street a little bit, come in another side door, like Tomorrowland, get him on the ride, and then take him out, because if he was in the park for any length of time, he would get, kind of mobbed. So anyway, that's that. So here's the thing. It's not listed anymore on Comixology. So we're talking like there's not even a digital version. Now, DC, they canceled some of their books, but they at least put the digital versions out there because the art was done.
Right.
Is it possible that the art was never finished?
No, by the look of this, it looks to me like the art would have been finished.
Well, some of it. We don't know how much of it. Because Rich Johnston put this out, that these are the Marvel Comics collections that would have been had the industry not basically shut down. And they have America Chavez, and they talk about, collecting how many issues of it, or 1 through 5.
Yeah, but that's like several issues that have been going on, right?
No, these are the books that were supposed to come out now.
Okay, gotcha.
Children of the Atom, another very ill-conceived idea. We've got the Junior X-Men. Nobody asked for this. Power Pack, and then we get all the way to the bottom, New Warriors. So in October, we were supposed to get New Warriors 1 through 5 as a trade paperback. And now New Warriors is just completely missing from the site.
Yeah.
So it is possible. Again, we don't know.
Yeah, this is not like confirmed.
Not confirmed. We don't know what's going on.
I made sure I told you. Very clear about that.
People, it doesn't matter.
I know, you can say it 100 times, but that would require watching the videos, and they don't. So if you want a good laugh, go read through the comments. When there's a bunch of people making comments, they clearly didn't watch the video. It's always very amusing for me.
Yeah, so it's possible, though, that part of this pencils down affected New Warriors, or Disney took a look at it and said, we're not printing comics that aren't going to make money.
They said they're not going to do pilots for Disney Plus that aren't going to make money.
I mean, Disney has to be looking at this thing with all the bad press it's gotten, 240,000 downvotes.
Yeah.
And, with everything going on right now, I just can't think, when even the target audience hates this, that they would go through with it.
Everybody's unified. They all hate it.
Yeah, it's such a stupid idea. So yeah, the comic book industry, we can just kind of touch on this a little bit. I think what's going to happen is, and I mentioned this in the video yesterday, is the comic book industry is actually going to have to get shit together and start putting out books that sell, or else.
Yeah. I was just sitting there thinking about the other one. Everybody should have taken their downvotes, switched them to upvotes. It would have thrown Disney the hell off, and then they would have printed the books, and then no one would have bought them.
Oh my God, that would have been funny.
I'm like, everybody, the wrong take is you're all downvoting it, saying you hate it. You should have all upvoted it, saying you loved it, so they would just print the books and waste a lot of money.
Disney's going to be like, we have to print 500,000 copies of New Warriors number
Disney,
1.
Just in general, like when these comic publishers put this crap out, instead of giving it the downvotes, you should give it the upvotes. So they're just, and then maybe when they can take a hit to the wallet, and not just a virtual one, they'll actually listen.
But then the problem is when people legitimately want to support something, the message is muddy.
That's true.
We don't know if they're trolling or not.
That's true.
But yeah, apparently, shops were ordering a bunch of this because they're like, well, it's going to be a collector's item because it's dog shit. And
yeah.
So just to follow up on DC Comics here real quick to end this video. This just came out today, I guess. DC Comics admits comics have sustained stagnant growth in decision to cut ties with Diamond Comics. I can't imagine why the comic book industry is stagnating right now.
I mean, the fact that they keep doing stuff like this, or the fact they tell the fans they don't want them to buy the comics, so the fans don't buy the comics, and then they scream because the fans don't buy the comics?
That's pretty much it, yeah. I
mean, that's the same thing with all this stuff. Every TV, the She-Ra show, all this stuff, it's like they keep telling us it's not for you, so you don't watch it, and then they're pissed because you don't watch it. That must mean there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, so it's like basically they want everyone to want what they want.
But most people don't want what they want.
But most people don't.
And then when you tell everybody you don't want their money because they're a bunch of jerks for not liking your stuff, then you're going to get what you asked for.
Yeah, and that is exactly what is going to happen here. So, yeah, the comic book industry has stagnated. Meanwhile, manga is blowing up. Mm-hmm. Because manga actually gives people what they want.
And it actually looks good.
Yeah, it's actually...
Speaking of not looking good, have anybody seen those Adult Swim things that they keep running? Those stream things?
Oh,
what the hell is that?
I don't know. We've been started to watch Demon Slayer, which is freaking awesome. So good. And then you watch Demon Slayer, and then the bumpers are like really like avant-garde indie stuff, and it doesn't even go... It's like nobody's watching Adult Swim for this.
They're here in Adult Swim to watch good things.
They're here for the anime, not for this crap. Anyway, AT&T owned DC Comics admitted in an email sent to retailers that comics have sustained stagnant market growth. Remember how industry professionals spent years demonizing YouTubers who
saying the same damn thing.
For saying the same thing. Well, now DC Comics is coming out and saying, hey, guess what, guys? The comic book industry is not in a very good place.
And anybody with, 2 IQ points could have seen that this is coming.
Well, it requires 2 IQ points.
That's right,
So the email details the DC Comics business relationship with Diamond ends effective. We talked about that. So yeah, I mean, I just think it's really interesting to see DC flat out admitting, hey, the comic book industry is kind of shit right now. And like you said, this is a big part of it. Not this comic in particular, but 5 or 6 or 10 years of forcing people to buy comics that they don't want, and then insulting them if they decide
didn't buy it.
Yeah,
they didn't buy it, but they insulted them anyway. Well, you're a bad person for not buying this. We don't want your money if you're that kind of person. Fine, I won't buy it. How dare you not support? Terrible person.
Yeah,
you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. So do what you want and not even listen to them anymore. That's my advice to you. You're gonna be demonized no matter what you do. Even if you're on their side, you're still in trouble for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that too. We talked about all the stuff going on in the world right now with the protests and everything. You've got celebrities showing support, but it's not enough support. It's not the right support. They didn't support enough. They supported too many times.
Right.
It's
stupid.
It's so dumb.
And I'm not talking about this in general. Twitter especially. It's just dumb.
Well, I think that's it. I think these marketing people, these companies have spent too much time on social media, on Tumblr and Twitter, listening to people bitch and moan. But at the end of the day, the one company that seems to be getting it, honestly, is Warner. Where it's like the end of the day, it's about who's spending money, and who is spending money, and people aren't spending money on comics.
We told people this was coming, because we heard from insiders that this all was coming from AT&T and Warner and stuff. We've been telling you guys this is coming. People have told us. I mean, because we don't know anybody and don't know anything, even though we predicted all of this for months. We told you that Warner was going to start tightening the belt, and this is all coming.
Now, there have been a lot of people. I mean, I know Ethan Van Sciver said that he actually had people from DC Comics who used to work there coming to him and saying, like, they're going to pull the plug on it if it doesn't perform, And on the Disney side, I can tell you somebody who worked on Disney Comics going back a couple of years, comic books mean nothing to the Walt Disney Company. And right now, they're going to look, if DC cuts out, if they bow out of the comics, Disney's going to be like, well, why the hell are we doing it then?
Right, because to them, it's just all they want to use it for is mining IP to make movies out of. And attractions.
Yeah, and they don't even need the comic books anymore. They've already hired away a bunch of writers. They're clearly going to do
what the hell...
They
already shifted a bunch of people to cinema already from the comics.
Yeah, they're clearly going to do with the MCU wherever the hell they want to, whether or not it meshes with the comics or not. They're gonna find a way to fuck it up. So they don't even need the comics anymore. And so I think we're going to see potentially the end of Marvel or DC or both as comic book publishers. Now, I think the characters will live on.
Well, Disney, they're having a trend and they're starting to try to put things that they're going to be doing out in books in manga form.
Yeah, I can see that.
So they're already going the manga. They're going to start going the manga route. So, they know where the money is.
Manga Safespace, Manga Snowflake.
I'm just saying, they're already seeing it. We're hearing, they were talking about doing anime type things with, was it Antiplex?
Aniplex, yeah.
Yeah, they were talking about doing some anime type stuff with Antiplex and stuff too. They're seeing where it's going, and they're shifting direction.
Yeah, this ship has sailed. The ship has sailed. The mainstream comic book industry, the direct market, RIP, it'll still be around, I think, in some form, but it's never going to be what it was.
Prepare for more name calling and screeching.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, just like I said in the other video that Shira too, just kick like a dog, kick the dirt on it, and just walk away.
Yep, walk away. If you don't want to spend your money. Yeah, take your money and go elsewhere. There's way too many things to watch and read and play now. You don't have to give money to people who don't want your money. And
by talking about it and by engaging with these people, you're just giving them attention. So don't.
Yeah. So we're gonna wrap this one up.
Yep.
Okay, so please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, and we'll talk later.
Bye.
Thinking about printing your own comic books, graphic novel, or manga? We recommend our friends over at PrintNinja. We've been using PrintNinja as long as they've been printing comics, and both the quality and price is excellent. Mention CLOWNFISH TV and get an additional 5% overrun of your book order quantity printed for free. That's free books, people. Just mention this offer on the phone or in the additional information box on the quote request form. That's PrintNinja.com, or click on the link in the description below. Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.